Hello, I am Francisco, and I am currently on the absolutely beautiful sailing vessel Rogue One, which is an Exquisite X5 and happens to be hull number 23 for Exquisite. This ship was just on display at the Annapolis Boat Show, where I and several other owners, along with the executive leadership team from Exquisite, had the privilege of showing her to countless people. The show was also the debut of Exquisite's newest hull, the 30 Sportscat, which I had the opportunity to sail during her sea trials. Currently, I'm part of a three-person crew sailing Rogue One to the Bahamas. This video is the start of a YouTube channel that I have always been wanting to make. And with the opportunity to sail the 30 Sportscat and now this amazing X5 Plus, I couldn't pass up starting the channel now. Like so many of you, I have spent a lot of time during COVID watching sailing channels and realizing that I want a more fulfilling life that's full of far more adventure than going into the office. So in full disclosure, I am the owner of an X5 Plus, or I should say I will be, as it will be delivered in early 2026. That boat will be named Valkyrie's Escape. This channel will follow my adventures in preparing for a life aboard that boat in 2026, including me learning about the equipment and technologies, as well as my potential and probably very funny misadventures in learning to sail far better than I currently can. I wasn't planning to make any of these videos, and I apologize in advance for the audio quality that I'm hoping I can clean up, and the fact that I have had to shoot all of this video using an iPhone. No other cameras, so where you do see multi-camera shots, understand I had to shoot something multiple times, and that brings me to my last point. Thank you to everyone who does this and builds these channels, because I do not believe enough people appreciate the fact that you cannot simply go around leaving your adventures and constantly then also having to worry about making sure that you've highlighted things that viewers should see, or you've shot something from a great angle, or you have to reshoot something for the fifth time and it's now taken an hour to go on a 5-minute walk, or it's extremely hard to tack and it's extremely hard to tie off the boat because you're trying to hold a camera with one hand. And you really can't do a lot of this stuff with one hand very easily when one hand's holding a camera. It's also challenging when that camera is your phone and your only way to communicate with the world. And you are putting it at risk by constantly dangling it off the side of a dinghy, for example, or off the side of the boat, because the angle that you want for a shot that you want to make is a little bit obtuse, to say the least. And you have nothing to help you except, well, I've been using my hair bands and poles and sticks and stuff like that, but I don't recommend it. Anyway, please, if you like the video, like and subscribe, follow me on my crazy adventures, and I hope they are both entertaining and educational.
This is the Exquisite 30 Sportscat. From her uncluttered cockpit to her carbon fiber beams and rotating mast, she is as pleasing to the eye as she is fast. She is designed for sporty day sailing. The no-frills setup is only interrupted by the ability to fit out the hulls for an overnight stay. Every bit of the rigging is top of the line. The 30 Sportscat is the perfect platform to train new big catamaran owners. So when I was asked, would you like to take her out on one of her maiden voyages? Well, of course, my answer was yes. I hadn't really thought about it, but I guess when they said we were going out, they meant we were going out the next morning. And, well, a cold October morning in the Annapolis harbor is, well, exactly what we did. We got to go out with Francois, who is the naval architect, and my good friend Eugene, who's the legal counsel, snuck on the boat as well, because who doesn't want to go on this ride? And then, well, I'll get to this guy later. She's quiet, she's fast, and all the rigging is exactly what you expect to find in a full-size catamaran. Again, this is the perfect learning platform for anybody who has never really operated a large catamaran before. The winches are manual, which in my opinion is the best way to learn how to trim a sail. The work is lightweight, the lines are easy to understand, and you can see where they go with your eyes to understand the routing. And you steer with this wonderful stick. Alright, back to this guy. This is Tomas, and he is the CEO and founder of Xquisite. We had a lot of fun letting him run around with the boat.
That's why he keeps coming towards us. He's taking pictures.
And it seemed everybody else was very interested in this new, never-seen-before boat on the water. The acceleration in this thing is absolutely exhilarating. She's stable and fast. With every gust of wind or pointing harder into the wind, she responds instantly, and you get pulled along at a very nice pace. So after everybody who really didn't need to be there had fun, it was time to let the professionals take the helm. They needed to prepare the boat and make sure that everything was working correctly for the next morning, where they would be taking out the press corps to review the 30 Sportscat. So bright and early, I had the job of following them all day long in the dinghy in order to shuttle back and forth members of the media and of course be there for safety reasons. Here we are motoring out from the marina once again, and as you can see, wave after wave, no pun intended, of press corps arrived, boarded the boat, and all took turns enjoying this brand new vessel. Once the mainsail was up, it was off to the races. This X30 did not stop all day long. Matter of fact, they really didn't even stop or slow down in the future for exchanging people off of the boat. We all got our hand at learning how to match speed with the sailboat and hold our dinghies carefully next to them while our crew hopped on and off of this boat. And yet another crew racing to catch up with the sailboat. And another one. And on the third day, we got to see the other really amazing feature of this boat, the ability to break it down completely. I'd never witnessed a mast being unstepped from a boat before, but having watched this, it's actually a pretty quick and painless process. In fact, the longest process of dismantling the entire boat is taking off the cargo net. But for the next few minutes, we're going to watch all the really great footage I got of the mast coming down. And again, it is a carbon fiber mast, so great care was used, even to the point of putting down huge styrofoam blocks so that as they went to lay the mast down, they were able to support it and make sure that nothing could happen to it. And being Xquisite, everybody was involved in this process, to include Eugene, the general counsel. The most tedious task in the assembly and disassembly is the trampoline itself, and it's simply just due to the number of knots that have to be made to hold the trampoline in place. And then when putting the trampoline on, you have to wait a while you soak it in water in order to make it elastic enough to stretch into place. And with the cargo net removed, and the cockpit removed, the pontoons set into place, it was now time to load everything into a 40-foot shipping container, which it fits in quite easily and, well, quite a bit of room left over, to be honest with you. We then sent her off to Freeport in the Bahamas, which reminds me, I needed to get back across the bridge, pick up a sail, come back across the bridge, meet with my captain and my other crew member, and prepare because the next morning we were going to be departing ourselves on this Xquisite X5 Plus to Freeport.